My name is Katerina Kusulaki, and I'm a senior researcher at Nofima in Norway and the coordinator of the Millennial Salmon project. UN and FAO predict that the world will reach 9 billion people by 2050, and aquaculture is expected to play a major role in assuring global food security. The barriers to sustainable food production systems are acceleration and development of innovation. The aquaculture industry is rapidly growing, but rapid growth, innovation, and the creation of new solutions may lag. Animal production, including that coming from salmon farming, should target to intensify the use of natural resources that do not compete with food for people, and also do not threaten the biodiversity of land and aquatic ecosystems. So the Millennial Salmon project was established through a Research Council of Norway grant, where the industrial partners are co-funding, aims to create knowledge and technology and remove bottlenecks of both biological, technical, and environmental nature, and enable the use of circular, sustainable, low trophic level protein and marine omega-3 sources for salmon diets. Farm salmon is a product with great success and thus may lead the way of the aquaculture's challenging road towards increasingly demanding food markets. Microalgae and insects are such low trophic level nutritious organisms. They can grow in adequately large scale, in circular economy manner. They can make use of side stream energy and rest nutrients, and we have thus identified them as amongst the most promising alternative sources of nutritious proteins and health-promoting marine omega-3 lipids that can support sustainable growth of salmon farming. In recent years, we have gained sufficient experience using innovative feed ingredients such as microalgae and insects, but for all new raw materials, it is important, like for all food ingredients, to technologically adjust them and combine them into safe, very efficient, and economic feed formulations that can work in feed factories to make good pellets during transport and resist the feeding operations on farm, at the same time work well inside the digestive system of the fish. So the goal of the Millennial Salmon project is to create the next generation of farmed salmon, produced according to the millennial principles and ethics, valuing life quality, also for farmed animals, enable at the same time a knowledge-based and ethically, environmentally responsible and profitable production of healthy seafood. The project concept is based on utilizing efficient technologies such as fermentation and transformation of industrial side stream biomasses into microalgae and insects for the sustainable production of low trophic species as ingredients for aquafeeds. So combining the DHA-rich Schizochytrium limacinum biomass, microalgae, and black soldier fly insect meal, we can satisfy large parts of the nutritional requirements of salmon in both omega-3 fatty acids and high-quality proteins. And thus, we can enable sustainable future growth in the salmon farming industry without the need of further deforestation or compromising fish biodiversity. The project works will focus on optimally maximizing dietary inclusion of the microalgae and the insect meal, substituting large part of the fish meal and fish oil and soya in the diets, ensuring good physical feed properties, salmon health, welfare, and performance. And we will also demonstrate the environmental and societal aspects of the project innovations. Millennial Salmon is a fully integrated project involving globally leading industrial players along the value chain of salmon farming industry. And that is the insect meal producing company Innovafeed, the large DHA-rich microalgae producer Corbion, the salmon feed producer Cargill, the retailer Auchan in France, and Nofima and Sintef, leading Norwegian institutes in aquaculture, nutrition, technology, environmental, such as life cycle assessment, and economic studies.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm the Senior Aqua Nutrition Manager here at InnovaFeed. InnovaFeed is a leading insect producer, currently based in the north of France, but we have some global ambitions. It is our shared vision that insects have the potential to revolutionize modern agro systems, making them more sustainable and more performant. Insects have an incredible ability to recycle biomass into high-quality nutrients for both plants and animals. They consume very low levels of resources during farming and can be farmed vertically. So how do we farm our insects? Well, we take agricultural co-products from nearby agro systems and mix a proprietary substrate. This substrate becomes both the food and the home for our larvae. They grow, eat, and consume it. Less than 1% of the larvae that we raise are kept all the way up to adulthood, and they become our broodstock. The remaining 99% of the larvae are processed into products within 3 different categories. The first category is the protein, which I think you'll all be fairly familiar with, and is mainly valorized within the aquaculture industry. The second is the insect oil, which is valorized within the swine and poultry industry. And the third category is a natural organic fertilizer. Insects offer not just a way to broaden the feed ingredient basket for aquafeed players, but there's also a potential host of functional properties that have yet to be fully explored and optimized. We've been able to demonstrate that in salmonids, insects are great at supporting a healthy gut microbiome, increasing both the species' richness and diversity. In other species, we've been able to demonstrate improvements in FCR, SGR. We've been able to demonstrate reduced cumulative mortality to both viral and bacterial challenges. Supporting the aquaculture industry in adopting new ingredients requires an evidence-based approach. As a leader in the insect space, InnovaFeed is proud to be part of large consortium research efforts such as the recently announced Millennial Salmon project. Working with industry leaders such as Nofima, Sintef, and Corbion is aimed at producing the world's greenest salmon by targeting research on novel ingredients such as algal oils and insect proteins. By working with some of the largest aquafeeds players in the world, InnovaFeed are able to ensure that these new ingredients are being brought to market and will be available for fish farmers once production scale has risen. At InnovaFeed, we believe a solution that is not available to many is not a solution at all.
So I'm Clément Ray, I'm co-founder of InnovaFeed. Today, aquaculture is the less carbon-intensive animal farming industry, and they produce very healthy products. There are growing need for fish feed and aquafeed in general. And some of the most pressing challenges regarding the sustainability of the aquaculture industry that are related to the feed. 80% of the carbon footprint of the salmon industry, for instance, is linked to the feed used for the salmon. And we want to provide one of the solutions to have high performance, sustainable, large-scale and competitive ingredients that will contribute to the growth of a sustainable aquaculture. We are building an industry, and to make it happen, we need to create collaboration with all the stakeholders. And a very good example of it is, for instance, the Millennial Salmon project that we are leading with research institutes such as Nofima, ingredient suppliers such as Corbion, feed formulators such as EWOS Cargill, and also downstream players, retailers like Auchan. And by bringing all these players together with the purpose of building the most sustainable salmon value chain for the future is extremely value creating, extremely exciting, and we are seeing extremely promising results in terms of performance, but also in terms of sustainability.
Hello, my name is Geri Vallanes, Norway Market Development Manager at Corbion Algae Ingredients. At Corbion, we are committed to utilizing our expertise in large-scale fermentation to deliver sustainable solutions to limited natural resources like fish oil. Fish oil has traditionally been the primary source of omega-3s, which are essential nutrients for aquaculture. However, while demand is growing, availability from wild-caught fish is limited. Enter microalgae. It's the original source of omega-3s. In the wild, marine microalgae are at the base of the food chain for fish. By growing microalgae via fermentation, we can take the middle fish out. Algae Prime DHA is an algae-based source of long-chain omega-3s, sustainably produced with a low-carbon, water and land footprint. Our facility sits among the sugarcane fields and is located next door to a sugar mill. The highly productive sugarcane is used for two things. Sugar is fed to the algae, which divide and grow in fermentation tanks. Waste cane stalks are used as a renewable energy source to power the sugar mill, as well as our algae facility. This means that a hectare of land produces both the fuel and the feedstock to grow algae omega-3s. At Corbion, we preserve what matters. But before we can preserve what matters, we first need to measure what matters. Using our data, we can work side by side with customers on improving their environmental footprint and on substantiating their sustainability claims. We have completed a full life cycle assessment for Algae Prime DHA, which demonstrated that Algae Prime had a lower carbon footprint compared to traditional sources of fish oil. It was concluded and ISO 14040-44 certified in 2020, and it was approved for scientific publication earlier this month. Algae Prime DHA is an affordable source of omega-3s produced at scale. Our plant in Brazil has ample capacity to facilitate our fast growth for the next 5 to 10 years, and we have a program for debottlenecking and process optimization to improve output. We continue to drive down the cost, increasing production efficiency and developing new strains with higher omega-3s content. Furthermore, the large volume supplied into the market help drive the cost down. We are thrilled to be working alongside other industry leaders as part of the Millennial Salmon project. Corbion remains focused on being a part of the solution, whether that is to reduce the dependency on marine resources or to increase the nutritional needs of the fish. By being a member of this multi-stakeholder project, Corbion is part of an integrated solution to salmon farmers that will help create the most sustainable salmon in the future.
At Cargill, we are constantly looking for new ingredients, especially those with a positive impact on fish health and sustainability. In our sustainability program, called See Further, we have set goals for where we want to be in 2030. The Millennial Salmon project offers a unique opportunity to verify how insect protein and algae omega-3 can help us achieve these goals. By including the whole value chain, from raw material producer to retailer, we hope this project can provide the needed insight to further increase the use of these ingredients.
Syntefotion is responsible to carry out the work package 5 in the Millennial Salmon project. In this work package, an LCA, also known as a life cycle assessment, will be performed on the new feed to improve the knowledge on the environmental sustainability. To ensure a holistic assessment, a system engineering approach will be utilized to map the various stages of the life cycle of microalgae and insect meal. In addition, we will map the life cycle stages of the innovative feed composed of these ingredients. Material and energy flows among the life cycle stages and through the system boundary will also be mapped. Together with stakeholders and research partners, as well as literature review, main environmental impacts will be pinpointed and collected. The environmental impacts of the innovative feed will be compared with the corresponding values for a traditional feed based on fish oil and soy protein concentrate. In addition to the LCA study, there will be performed a study of key elements for commercialization of the Millennial Salmon feed. The study will address challenges and facilitate commercialization of the developed feed, and the Millennial Salmon product through first-hand inputs from 3 different stages in the value chain. Important aspects will be production constraints in conjunction with distributors' needs, looking at the pros and cons in the production phase of algae and insects versus traditional feed, as well as availability of resources and the sustainability aspect of this. Throughout the value chain, cost and quality implications for the novel ingredients will be evaluated, as well as customers' expectation regarding quality and sustainability. Transparency will also be addressed, especially concerning the end consumer. How can Millennial Salmon differ in presentations from other products in the supermarkets? Can it potentially achieve a price premium? All of this will develop the go-to-market report, supported by available statistics and literature, as well as results from the other work package and the LCA study.
We are a strong, highly complementary consortium with an ambitious common goal, and we will always be open through our project activities, listen and interact with the public, the salmon farmers, and the consumers. The consumer's experience of Millennial Salmon will be centered around satisfaction of both gastronomic experience and principled belief. Thank you.